Hey, everybody, listen. As you come into the building, don't forget to hit that like button. I truly appreciate it. It's a nice, easy, free way to support the channel. So today is a special day that I'm super excited about, and I'm actually, my guest is just arriving in the building. But I'm super excited about today because today, people, we are very fortunate because he's very busy. Been in the business for over 30 years is Dr. Boogie, celebrity hairstylist, has his own hair care line. So we're going to get to hear about that. But you know how I like to do over here, right? We like to do giveaways. Not quite sure how we're going to do this giveaway yet, but super excited because Dr. Boogie has a hair care therapy system. It's a beginner bundle. And one of the subscribers, you're going to get to win that bundle today. So as I stated, he's been in the business for over 30 years, okay? Started out, before we got all of these housewives shows on Bravo, there was a show called Shear Genius. So he was on that show. He's touched the hair of heads of many people that we may know. Debbie Allen, okay? Kimora Lee Simmons, Vivica Fox, Lisa Raye, Raven-Symoné. So without further ado, I want all of y'all to do me a favor, do a big welcome into the building, okay? Dr. Boogie, I'm so glad he's here. Let's welcome into the building, and here we go, guys.
Here we go, guys.
Look at
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm good, good. I'm very blessed to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I was struggling trying to be here on time, but I didn't want to be disrespectful, and I made it.
You made it and you look amazing. And listen, I love the hat, okay?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually bald under here, but I didn't really shave everything all the way. So I said, well, let me just be on time and put this hat on.
To put the hat on, and you look amazing. You look good.
Thank
I'm
you so
so
much.
glad to have you in the building. I've seen a couple of your reality shows. Yes, everybody's saying welcome. So glad that you're here.
Thank you,
And
thank you, thank you.
and you know what? I really wanted to have you because hair care, especially in the Black community, is a big thing, right? We go through so much with our hair. Sometimes we have trouble learning our own hair. I know I did. So it's like it's a good thing that you're here. So I want to start out. Just tell us about yourself and how you got started doing hair.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm Dr. Boogie, celebrity hairstylist, catered to any and everybody. I love hair. I love to make women feel good. Hair was a passion that I had, I think, when I was very young. I was probably like 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. And, there was a little dysfunction in our house, and I would try to calm my mother down at the end, and I would brush her hair and comb her hair. And I noticed that it relaxed her like tremendously. And so I kind of was like, oh, that was good. That was good. It calmed mom down. And then, it just made her feel good to have someone brushing her hair. I didn't know now like I knew then, but honey, get your hair brushed, washed, scratched, any of that. It feels amazing. So mother was lucky to have a little kid that likes to play in her hair.
Absolutely.
After that, I just learned the power of the talent that I was given with my hands. God gave me an amazing talent, not only to make women look good, but to feel good. And as I started my journey in doing hair in the back bedroom of my mom's apartment building, I was like going and going and going. And next thing you know, I just got this amazing clientele. And I really just thrived off of when I turned a woman around in that chair and she looked at herself and she smiled. Like that was one of the greatest moments that I started to have. So, of course, doing hair, I learned that's what made women feel good. It made me feel good, more importantly. And so I just continued to do it. And I just go on and on and on. And as I got older, I got involved with battered women's shelters, and I started doing volunteer work. And I just learned when I was going into these shelters, one being the Genesis Center here in Los Angeles, for battered women. If ever need help, that's a great place to look into. I started going to the Genesis Center and I started making over the women, hair, makeup, photography, practicing my skill at the same time as sharing my skill. So doing that, it was just an amazing feeling to me. And I was like, you know what? I just honed in on it. And I was like, this, out of the many talents that I was given, this is the one that I want to roll with. I enjoy making women look good, feel good, and most importantly, making it easy for them, because I'm not a woman, nor am I ever trying to be. But I do know that women watching my mom and my aunts and my grandmother, it's like a woman does a lot, and people really don't realize that. They're cooking and cleaning and sleeping with the husband and taking care of the kids and doing so much and going to work and keeping their head up high and giving the kids education after school. It is a lot. Not that men don't do this, but it's a lot that I saw growing up in the household with the woman. That's what she did. And so all I could do is just think about how could I make my mother happy. So that's pretty much what got me on this journey.
A beautiful story. Beautiful story. So we know that you touch a lot of celebrity heads. Who was your first celebrity client?
You know what's funny? Morris Day.
Really?
My first client, because I lived in a little town called Richmond, California, and my salon was right on the corner, too outrageous. And a movie set came to our community, which was at the Richmond Auditorium. And, you know, they brought all those trailers and trucks and the whole crew. And it was the first time I've ever seen anything like that. And it wasn't no security really around it. And I walked up to those trailers trying to figure out who's in there. And that's one of the signs said Morris Day. I was like, oh my goodness. And he at the time was wearing the little push waves. Mm-hmm. They would do with that little metal clip, and they put that little clip in your hair, and you let it dry, and then you get your little push wave. So at that time, I was doing these little, you know, intricate push waves, and I was lining the hairline up and the beard. And I asked him would it be an opportunity for me to do his hair while he was here. I have a salon right across the street, and lo and behold, I got the phone call.
Wow. Well, that's a nice story.
First it was like, oh, come to the hotel and do it. My mom was like, no, we're not doing none of that. I was like, well, yeah, maybe you can come to my salon. And literally, he came to the salon. I told the ladies, girl, you got to get up. I'm about to do Morris Day's hair. It was a wonderful day. He talked to my clients. I did his hair. Jerome was with them. It was a really amazing experience.
That's nice. Very nice.
I ended up doing his hair in LA. So then I was traveling back and forth from Richmond to Los Angeles doing hair each week. And then I started working for this magazine called Rap Pages. And then I kind of learned that to get into this business, you got to hang around people that are in this business. So I met this fashion stylist, Mark Littlejohn, and this art director, Andrew. And we just became friends. And they just constantly kept calling me down to do the hair for these Rap Page stories, you know, Rap Page magazines. And keep in mind, honey, Larry Flint owned that publication. He had a couple other publications that I used to go over there and work for. But that's good, which taught me a lot because I learned how to do makeup according to age. You know, wow. Part of Larry Flint's business, keeping the girls looking young and all that. So I was immediately thrown into it. And next thing you know, my friends they were already in the business. And then they started, you know, doing ads like America's Next Top Model. And I was their friend, so I was able to be called in and actually do these America's Next Top Model, the tongue twister, America's Next Top Model billboards, campaigns, the commercial. Wow. So it just went from there, from Morris Day to coming here to my friends, and then I met Eve, and then I cut all Eve's hair off and made it platinum blonde. She just signed a record deal. Then she became famous, and then I was kind of in the mix there, and I think what really took off is when another friend from the Bay Area, Joe, he had like a little agency he was trying to put together. We all moved to LA trying to do something. He put me with Kimora, and I met Kimora Lee Simmons and Russell Simmons, and I went to go do Kimora's hair, and I never left.
Wow.
I really moved in with them, and I stayed with them for years in the Hamptons in New York and all over the place, and then my career just took off.
I love it. I love it. Carol, we are going to have a Q&A session at the end, and we will definitely talk about your question. Okay, so that's a good question because, yeah, that's my story from my braids, but we'll get there. We'll talk about
we got a story too. We all got to get to it.
Oh, my God, we got to get to it. Say that again.
I love your hair, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. So who is your longest celebrity client? Who's been with you the longest?
I would have to say Debbie Allen. I've been with her for like 15, 20 years now.
Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And I love it down just to that, especially through COVID. I wasn't really interested in working with so many different, you know, people. I tried to keep it to one client, and, you know, she's extremely busy. And so she just kept me busy, and we just made a little pact there, and I was just working with her exclusively, and I still do. And it's just kind of Debbie keeps me going. And then I have other adventures that I'm doing and other TV shows. So I don't really have time for the salon much as I would like to. I kind of gave that up quite a few years ago, but I definitely love to do what I do. So I probably do more volunteer work than I do salon work.
Oh, that's nice. I love it. Especially with the Baddest Woman Shelter. I really do love it. So what is your best tip for those that like to wear protective styles or natural hair, or even those that still love to wear their perm?
You know what? My best tip for hair in general, and people, I say this in, majority of the interviews that I do, we forget to massage our scalp. We wash our hands, we wash our face, we do everything. We put lotion on our hands and our body. We're always stimulating somewhere on our body, our arms, our limbs, but no one remembers to stimulate the scalp, which is the main thing that everybody is so concerned about, is their hair growing and how much hair am I have when they get older, and am I going to be trapped under wigs? It's all a path of just being comfortable in your skin. Let's start there. It starts there. You need to be able to look in that mirror, take that wig off, take that hat off, and be like, okay, this is me from the front, from the side. Because let me tell you, I hate my side view. From the front, from the side, it's like, it's like, so you got to get comfortable with who you are. And once you do that, you would be amazed at the hairstyles that you can wear. And you have to let go of what other people think about you. Because believe it or not, it's the people that are around you most that bring you down or make you the insecure, or just make you think that things don't work for you, because what's not working for them, they have no idea what works for you or what makes you happy. So once you get used to, these are my little 3 things: looking in the mirror, getting used to what you like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then be daring, being the 3rd one. Be daring. It's just hair. It grows back. You cut it off. You can change it, add it, put accessories to it, put a hat on it, put the hair underneath. There's so many things you can do. But the main thing is looking in the mirror and feeling confident.
I love that.
And that it starts there, and then not caring what anyone says. Like when you watch My Main Problem, a lot of the conversations that I have with the ladies are how family members made them feel. Whether it's your husband, sister, your mother, how people made you feel about your natural hair, your kinky hair. Like, especially, ladies that come from back in the day, a lot of us were, not us, a lot of women, and especially African-American, were taught, you don't go outside with your hair not combed, not pressed. It was an every Sunday thing. Like, you kept it together. We go to church, your hair, you're not about to be running around looking like that. But things kind of shifted. And then it's like, people want to wear their natural hair, but then they're so intimidated because even some jobs make you feel comfortable with going to work with, I'm just going to say it, and people get mad at me for saying, what we used to call nappy hair.
Yep.
It's beautiful hair. It's the most beautiful hair that everybody wants it. From the Koreans to the Philippines, everybody's trying to figure out how to make their hair look kinky, textured, and natural. It's so beautiful, and it's so sad where what we came from to where we really want to go. And that's just being who we are.
Yeah. Which your baby wants to talk too.
I know, right? Like, I want to be a superstar in this project.
Listen, my hair started graying in my early 30s.
Okay.
And so I think it took me a long time to embrace it, because so many people was like, oh my God, don't do that, color your hair. You don't want to have gray hair, this, that, and the other. So I internalized that, and I colored my hair for a very long time. It wasn't until my stylist, because at that time I was also perming my hair, and my hair just wasn't handling it well at all. And my stylist was like, listen, you got to make a decision. Either it's the perm or this is color. What you going to do? And so I finally decided, you know what? I'm gonna give up the color, and give up the color, and I gave up the perm. And at that time, I just shaved it all off, and I never went back from that point on.
You have a life now.
Yes,
you have a life. You actually have a life, and you don't have to worry about your hair because you have confidence.
Yep. It is, but it speaks to what you say, like. They're passing off their energy to you because they know, like, maybe they would never want to show their gray hair, or they would never this. So they pass it off to you, and it's not maliciously, but you take it on, and then you feel so overwhelmed. And literally, I would see my gray hair, and I'd be back in the salon, and it took forever to color my gray hair. And I had no choice. Like, the best way my stylist was doing it was with black. I'm sure you know about this Beijing. Like
Yes.
it was Beijing in my hair all the time. And then it also one time it got on one of my favorite shirts, and I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
It's literally like, and there's nothing wrong with coloring your hair. If that's
Right.
your avenue and that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I really feel like it's a trap, and it's like a mean trap, because Black especially, because as soon as them roots grow out, they turn like, you see the gray. So really the secret is, if you're going to try to fight it, go blonde or go lighter, or go closer to the color of gray. So when you do get roots and new growth, it's not like,
right.
You know what I mean?
And that's how it was for me. So I was looking like a raccoon when it was growing out. But but like you said, I did feel, and I didn't think I was going to. I felt free when I finally let go and did it. And like you said, just do you, whatever makes you happy. But you got to be happy with what you see in the mirror first. So I love that you gave that tip to everyone. So I've always been one to stick with a stylist. Like if I once I got comfortable and I felt good with them, and they got to know my hair, right? So what is your best tip that you can give us when we're searching for a stylist? Because sometimes it's hard to find someone that, you know, kind of knows you and can get to know you and help you through this journey.
You know, that's a really good question. And I don't want to demeanor any stylist out there, because I love my hairstylist. But a lot of times with stylists, you have to find a stylist that is actually into hair care. A lot of them are into hair styling. A lot of them even go into the business for hair styling. And there's nothing wrong with that. We got some badass stylists out there, but you have to go to somebody that does what you want. It's kind of like ordering food. If you want to get Mexican food, it's best to go to a Mexican restaurant to get the good food that you want. Jamaican food, we need to find a Jamaican restaurant. Hair care, you need to find a hair care stylist. She probably can't style hair worth a damn, but that's okay, because she can grow your hair. And a lot of times people try to find people that can do everything, which there are. There's so many talented stylists and hairdressers out there, hair groomers, but you have to find someone who's into the care of your hair, who's not into the, I don't want to offend anyone, so I have to watch what I say these days. Who's not into the quick cut and back type situation. Like, you know, you really need an inch cut off, but they only want to cut a half or inch or a quarter, so they can get you back in a couple of weeks. You got to find somebody who needs you as a client, that wants to make you happy, to care for your hair, versus them paying their bills. Because we all know we have those stylists and friends out there that when it's rent time, girl, you need a perm. I just got a perm 2 weeks ago. Well, you got a whole lot of new growth right now. That's doable. I've been there, but learning the journey, you really have to do what's right for the customer. And, you know, sometimes it may take a few people, and you sometimes have to decide, is it style that I want, or is it hair care that I want? Because people come in here thinking that we're magicians. We're not. We can only do what we can do. We can't pull the hair out of your head. I mean, literally we can. They have, you know, make you bald, but we can't make it grow that fast. And it's a process. We all together collectively have to be working on this process, as far as coming into the salon, getting your shampoos, your conditioning, your hot oil treatments, your cholesterol, if that's what you need, whatever hair issues you're having, treat the scalp, treat the hair, steam it, whatever it is you may need. We need to focus on doing that on a regular basis, more so than just, okay, sometimes you need to just go in and get a treatment, and you don't need to get a hairstyle. It's okay to, whatever your hair is, to be natural for that week. Let it be dirty for 2 weeks, because in the African American community, we need the oil, the buildup. That's what makes our hair grow, by feeding it. When we want to keep it bouncy and full, when we started all that madness, everybody's hair started breaking off, getting dry. We started pressing out the jerry curl. Then we went to the relaxer, but then everybody wanted to bounce and flow like Becky, which is fine, honey. We can, but the deal is your hair is being completely dried out because you have color in it. You know, even your weave, they're beating up the weave. I got clients that come in and be like, girl, this weave is dead. You ain't gave it no oil. You keep wanting me to revitalize this wig. This wig is over. You have to treat this wig like it's hair, because it's hair.
Right.
Lord.
Oh my God. No, listen, I'm laughing because I've been in this salon where the stylist had to tell me, like, listen, you need new hair at this point. We done washed it, we done did everything we could to it. I know you spent a lot on it, but it's over. So So yes, I'm glad you're talking to us.
You know,
So
it's tough.
Fifi said my grandmother told me a long time ago, don't don't have everybody hands in your head.
No.
Yeah, those are some of the sayings. Yes, yes, I had that same thing too. I love a yellow and black box. Hair is beautiful. Wait, am I reading that right? I love a yellow and black box. My hair is beautiful. I have a male stylist for 40 years. I paid $15. He came from the Dominican Republic at 16. I was 15 when I first met him. Okay, nice. So, oh wait, somebody, she said the wig is unalive. Yes, the wig is done.
It's dead, honey. Call, arrest it. Let's bury it if we need to. If you want to feel connected to it, I tell people just bury it in the backyard. It's always gonna be there. Y'all always gonna have peace.
Oh God. So I mean, this is another great tip. I hope everybody caught this, right? Is that some people can style your hair, some people can grow your hair, and then there's some that could do both. So you got to know yourself, what do you really want when you're searching and you go to these different places. And we have to treat our hair the way we treat our body, right? Our scalp, so to speak. You got to love it, you got to moisturize it, you got to massage it. So I love it. I love all of these tips that you're giving us, because they're going to be useful to me too, because you're helping me out, because yes, like you said, y'all not musicians. And I had a stylist say that one time, because we come in with pictures a lot of times, right? And so I never forget, one stylist told another girl, like, I can get your hair like this, but you're not going to look like this picture. You're going to look like you.
Right.
Some people get so upset. They're like, no, this is not what I came for. And it's like, yes, it is, but that's not you in that picture. This is you. So
this is what your hair has allowed me to do to get close to that hairstyle. And this is as close as I can get that style to looking like your style, because you're probably looking at her.
Right.
You're looking at her. You need to look at the style. And a lot of people's hair can't achieve certain styles. And the main thing with people is we all want those styles with the banana peels, the curls. We put the hairspray in the gel. I'm not against it, but if you're trying to grow your hair out, those are things that you need to cut out. It's like a diet. The food that you put in your stomach, if you got heart problems, if you got cholesterol problems, there's certain things that you have to cut out of your diet in order to stay living. Well, it's the same thing with your hair. You need to cut the alcohol out, the gel. You don't put gel on your face. You don't put hairspray in your face. Even though they do the whole makeup on, honey, that's a little drag queen trick, but you don't do that to your face because it's not healthy for your face. So why are you doing it to your hair? Because the alcohol and all the products that is in the gel and the hairspray is literally just breaking your hair off, and you know it. And you're frying it back in there, and you're going and paying that stylist to do that to you. But as a stylist and a service person, it is our job to give you the service that you came here to pay for. Because if you don't get it from me, you're going to go find somebody else to ruin your hair. So as a good stylist, you will find a happy medium and say, okay, let's stick to this hair treatment. Everybody doesn't have the money or the budget to go to the shop every week. But you can afford, that's why they have beauty schools. You can afford to go buy you some shampoo, conditioner, some hot oil treatment, or get the Dr. Boogie hair kit, has everything in it, the therapy kit, and take that to a beauty school and get your hair shampooed, washed, and conditioned for what, $8? The price of a Starbucks coffee? You could be on that regimen alone, stimulating your scalp. If you have bald spots, watch my main problem. There's an episode there where I use a scalp stimulator on the girl's edges to bring those follicles back so her hair can actually grow. And I'll repeat that. I used a scalp stimulator on one of the episodes in My Main Problem where a woman had no edges and her husband had never seen her hair before, and they've been together for years. How is that possible? How do you live with someone and they've never seen your hair?
Well, you know what, Dr. Boogie? I mean, it's like sometimes I got, for a long time, I'll be very honest with you, I got connected to my braids that they became a part of me. And literally, I would take them out. I would go get my hair washed and trimmed. And I would be back in the braiding salon before anybody got to see me in transition. Sometimes you get in this, this rut of like, I have friends that was addicted to their weed, so to speak. And, I may be using the wrong word, but they would pick one weave out and go back and get the other. And to divorce that, It's hard. It was hard for me to divorce my braids, but I did it. But wait,
Because if
Dr. Boogie.
you were okay. I'm not gonna say you were lazy. You were comfortable with the easiness of it, and
Yep.
that's who you were. And you didn't want it. Was, I'm gonna say you didn't want. You weren't comfortable at that time to let other people see you like that.
You are 100% correct.
Right.
And I was comfortable, like my braids was my look. My braids was
Right.
my look. But Dr. Boogie, you said you keep mentioning your show, and I want to make sure everybody catch this so that
Okay.
they could go watch it. It's My Main Problem, and where can we view it at?
My main problem is on All Black, a network called All Black. It's a streaming network.
Okay.
It also airs on television, on Weed TV, the Women's Network. But you could definitely Google All Black and then, check out the show, because it's not a buffoonery show, which I had to fight to make that happen. It's literally about hair, what women have went through, what they're going through, what they're dealing with their family, their children, Black women marrying white men, like how they deal with that. And, there's one episode with the girl Monique on there. She's a cheerleader, professional cheerleader. And we all know that we don't see cheerleaders on NFL teams or, professional sports teams with an afro. I don't
Right.
ever seen anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a struggle when she was happy with wearing her natural hair. And it was a struggle she had to really go through, because do you want to be the girl who's dancing on that professional team, which means you need to put that straight weave in your hair or straighten your hair so it can flow and bounce like everyone else's, so it can look, continuous, which
Right.
now as a professional hairstylist, I understand that. It's all about
Mm-hmm.
that's what we want it to look like, and everybody being, coherent, so and all in the same sync. But she really battled that, because, I think she did not get one of her auditions at one point for one team, because she wanted to do the natural thing and try to battle that, but it didn't work. So she ended up putting the weave in, and she ended up marrying a Caucasian man. And then so she really was at a crossroads with, do I show my husband my hair? What about my kids? Like, they're going to be so confused. Like, she had to battle. And she came on the show, and me being Black and white, of course, nationality wise, I was totally able to relate with her and her situation. And when it was over, we were able to call her husband, talk to her kids. I gave her a natural hairstyle. What I do is this 50-50 thing. Let me give you 50% of what you really want.
Okay.
And then let me give you 50% of what everybody may be comfortable with seeing you with, and let's meet them in the middle. And so when you see her hairstyle, I gave her an afro natural. Her husband adored it. I said, honey, that white man is married to you because he want to play with some nappy hair. Don't get it twisted. He know what's under that scalp. He ain't crazy. That's why he loves you. And let him embrace that. And don't be afraid to let him see you with no hair in the transitional part. Your kids need to be a part of that. Women go lock themselves in their bathroom until that process, whatever that process is over. And then you can see them. That's torture. Don't do that.
It is torture. Everybody, so Tracy gave us a little update here, how you can kind of get to the All Black Network. Also, Canelo, please put it in the chat so everybody can get to it and find it. My main
Amazon, yeah, they know better than me.
Yeah, my
Roku,
main
Amazon
problem.
Prime, all that.
Yeah. So we gotta support, guys. So throw that in the chat for me, Canelo. My main problem, All Black TV and the We TV channel. Just tell everybody where they can find the show at. Much appreciated. And we're also gonna let you know where and how you can follow Dr. Boogie and how you can get the products. Okay. So
my main problem. That's what the banner looks like.
Oh, look, I love it, guys. Do y'all see that there? Okay.
Yeah.
And Canelo, make sure you catch that. I love it. Okay, beautiful. Okay. So we all got to watch and support. We all, over here, we do a lot of recap on reality TV, and we all been looking for some real good reality TV to watch. And this is one of them, guys. So let's support, because you got to support it in order for it to continue. Shows of this level. Okay. So let's go over there.
I'm going to go ahead and crack the barrel. They did not give me a season 2.
They did not.
No. And it really saddens me, because it's such a positive show. It's such an uplifting show. So when I got that news, I was devastated. I've been on television before, and you don't get a season 2. That's fine for me. But to be able to deliver, like, I fought to be able to deliver this show and this message, and it was huge for me. Like, I went through problems even with the producers. There's a lot of crying on my show. There's a lot of realness on my show. It's real. I wasn't doing a show no other way. I stood my ground. I fought it. If you want to fire me, do what we got to do. But we're going to not buffoon these women, and we're going to keep it 100%. Whether that's tears, crying, I don't like you. We're going to do what we do in the real hair shop. And, you know, that's what we did. And I think it's an amazing show, a bit emotional at times because I'm an emotional person, but to walk these women through that avenue and just let them know how beautiful they are with and without and whatever kind of hair they have, I was very shocked. But I still love my network. I appreciate it. I know show business. I've been working in it for a long time. I'm grateful for the opportunity, but we are working on the next project I'm actually getting ready to film. So I can just keep in any way possible bringing this message, because who delivers this message for us?
Nobody. And listen, we're rooting for you. I'm praying for you. And listen, because I watched the show, I seen a couple episodes, and you know, hopefully another network will pick you up. Right. I mean, like you said, I did enjoy it, and I did see the heartfelt, how they felt after the transformation, because people really go through, you know, we go through our hair stories, like, and it really, you know, it changes us, so to speak. It changes us. And even in corporate America, it's a big thing. And not so much, sometimes there's other people that'll tell you, if you want to move up the ladder, you got to change your hairstyle. You got to change your hairstyle. You got to look different. And then you have to try to deal with that. Like, so it's a mixture of things. Okay. So how often, did I ask you, how often should we moisturize and condition our hair?
Well, if you're conditioning your hair, you want to make sure you use a conditioner that is a leave-in conditioner or a rinse-out conditioner, and follow the manufacturer directions, because the people who made it know what they made it for and how it's supposed to work. A lot of us put conditioner in our hair and we'd be like, oh, honey, I'm a conditioner, I'm gonna leave it in, and I'm, you know, that's not the way to do it, because you're clogging your hair shaft. So that hair is like, it has pores like face does. So if you put a bunch of Vaseline on your face, you're gonna clog your pores. If you pile a bunch of stuff in your hair and it's not supposed to be left there, made to be left on your hair shaft, it's gonna clog them, and it's actually gonna cause your hair to break. Conditioner break your hair fast when it gets dry. If it's not made to be left leave-in conditioner. You want to make sure that you rinse the conditioner completely out, and then put whatever treatment that you want into that, whether it's a leave-in conditioner or an oil or, you know, some type of hair, whatever. But you should definitely moisturize as much as possible, and don't, you know, clog your hair shafts. Like I say, a lot of people make that mistake. They put coconut oil in their hair, but you literally just got a bunch of oil in your hair now, and your shafts are just completely clogged. You know, if you're going to do it, get it in the dryer, let it sit, open up those pores, then rinse all that out. Oil your scalp lightly, and you can still enjoy any hairstyle you want: bouncy, flowy, kinky, knotted, twist, braids. But the bottom line is, if we don't feed our hair and we don't stimulate our scalp, all that moisturizer is not going to work. So moisturize, stimulate, and feed, and the results will just be phenomenal. I was actually looking in my phone with a client that I have, which we talk on Tuesday. She works for the IRS. Pam is level 14. Oh God, I said her name, Lord forbid. But she works in a very professional business. And for years, I gave her straight hair, bob. She didn't think that she could even wear, I have a couple of customers like this actually. She didn't even think that she could wear kinky hair to work.
Right.
It was something that wasn't even in her mind, and she wouldn't dare do
it.
Dare do it. So dealing with Pam, so I started putting the crochet weave in her hair to get her comfortable with her natural hair.
Okay.
Let's do some crochet weave and put some extensions in it, give you more thicker volume hair with closer to your hair texture. And let's start doing it like that to get you comfortable. Because first of all, you got to get the girl comfortable. If a person is comfortable with the hair, they're not going to hold their head up high and walk through this. You know what I mean? So I had to get her comfortable, and she never thought that her hair would grow. Of course, she was going to the salon. They continuously put relaxers in her hair every 2 or 3 weeks just to make sure everything was laying down flat. And I put Pam on a regimen. I said, okay, this is what we'll do. We're going to do 50-50. I'll give you a happy medium. I'm going to weave your hair for a year. It was a year and a half. Our hair is probably about this long. We use the bionic hair oil, which you can use any type of oil, which I like my oil, of course, because it's a dirty, low-key push. But it has peppermint in it, which is important because peppermint stimulates the scalp. Okay. So we go through this regimen for a year and a half. She flies up from LA. I told her, okay, I'll do your hair. If you stick to this regimen, I'll do your hair. I'll grow your hair out to this afro that I'm sewing in your hair. So I'm sewing in an afro in your hair on a regular basis, but I'm telling you, I'm going to grow your hair all the way out. to this if you follow my routine. Pam did this for a year and a half. Pam had this much hair when your hair shrinks up all the way back down. Yeah, her afro was small. We call it shrinkage for those of you who don't know. I'm gonna tell you that. We call it shrinkage. That means your hair is this long, but really when it dries up, it's that long. So Pam started with the shrinkage. Hopefully you can see this.
Oh my God.
This Beautiful. Is Pam a year later, right? A year later. Look at all that hair she has.
Beautiful.
And all we did was put the weave in, leave the weave in a few months, take the weave out. Repeat the same process. No pulling, no irritating, no agitating, nothing like that. Pam now has a full, this is probably not the greatest picture of her, but Pam now has a full, this is all her hair.
Gorgeous.
No chemicals, no color, no nothing. She grew her hair out because she stuck to the script, which is going to be a year and a half.
Okay.
We're going to grow this hair out with no chemicals. And
right.
And the two thing about that is I'm going to go back to going in the corporate world and wearing that natural hair. It took a lot for her to do that.
Yeah.
But she's here. They accept her. She walks through with her head proud. And now I have so many clients wearing the big afro, their natural hair. And as a hairstylist, we're in the business of making money. That's cutting my money off, basically what it's doing. But what I like about it is that we got her on the right regimen. She feels good. She's not trapped into the 2-week beauty appointment. I love the support our hairdressers, but at the same time, love our Black women.
Yeah. Well, she's gorgeous. Tell her I said so.
I will. I'll make sure I see
Dr. Boogie, the next time you see me, that's what I want. Like, I want my hair to be covering the whole screen. Like, that's my dream.
Stimulate it, rub it, brush it up. We heard this. Brush your hair 100 times a night before you go to bed.
Really?
You've heard that before. Your grandmothers and your nannies. They used to say, brush your hair 100 times a night. Come on, you watchers out there. Y'all heard this before, right? Mm-hmm. Brush your hair 100 times a night before you go to bed, and that would create the stimulation. That's why a lot of our older women, they can take them hair down out of them rolls that they keep in that little bun, and it's long because they brushed it. They brushed it, and they're 75 and they're 80 and they have a head full of hair because they stimulated those follicles the whole time.
I love it. Thank you for all the tips.
Stimulate that scalp, girl. Feed that hair, and the next time I see you, you're gonna be like this. Let me back up so I can put my hair in the camera.
Now, let me tell you what I used to be always afraid of too. When I would go get my trends, I'd be like watching like intensely, like, okay, don't be just watch what you cutting, right?
Oh, I know that girl. Trust me, I've had many of bam bams in the salon about you cut too much of my hair. But here's the gag: if you don't cut it, it won't grow. It will grow faster if you trim. So hair is one strand. If you got split ends like that, right? And now you're only letting me cut to where my pinky finger is, and there's still a few more ends down there. You didn't cut those split ends off. Now, I'm not saying cut them all the way off, and I'm going to tell you the trick to this at the end. You have to cut that off so it won't continue to split, because all it's going to do is continue to split. Now, a lot of people go, this is where a lot of stylists go wrong and people go wrong with the hair trim. Major part. You can get a trim all over your head. A lot of people go wrong because they take this hair here, they pull it down to the longer bottom part of the hair. And then what ends up happening is these ends that are up here, which literally should be standing up here, they're their own ends. You need to stand that hair up all the way around and cut hair like you were taught in beauty school how to do that angle cut all the way around, and not just bring all that hair down. You're going to chop all her length off, all that hair that does not need to be cut, trying to trim her ends. She didn't come for a bob. And that's what a lot of people are afraid of and have been through and have heard the stories. When you go to the salon and somebody trims your ends, they, being lazy hairstylists, are not picking that hair up and doing that 90-degree all the way around. Because if I turn upside down, which is how I cut hair, I lay people back and I cut the hair because I only want the ends. I don't want to cut into their hair because this hair that's down here, those ends are not bad until they're right here. But you about to chop these ends that's right here, which means you about to cut all my length off.
Yeah.
That's where everybody goes wrong. And that's why all women are afraid to get a trim. 90-degree, bring it out, trim it all the way around. An experienced hairstylist knows how to do that. And then guess what? You literally just lost a 1/2 inch all the way around. You might still have a few more edges. I mean, the edges, you might still have a few more split ends, but that's okay, because that's why you go regular and you keep the trim up, you keep the hair growing. The more you trim it, the more, believe it or not, the hair grows.
All right. Well, I love that. I'm writing down my tips here. So Raquel said, Dr. Boogie, do you do shipping overseas?
We do. I'm sure we do. Yeah, because I've had products go to Dubai and whatnot. Yes.
Okay, so there you go. There you go, Raquel. So you could get your system, okay? All right. So we know about trimming our hair. We know about stimulating our hair, guys. So tell us about your hair care system.
Let me tell you about my hair care system and how much I believe in it. I used to work for Pantene. I was the first African-American boy to ever be their product spokesperson.
Wow.
For the relaxed and natural line of Pantene, the black hair care line that they came out with. I was chosen to be one of the first, African-American males to be the product, person for that line, do the commercials for them, introduce it to the African-American community. And I could have went that route of an endorsement deal. But for me, the product that I have, it works. I mean, it's like my detangler. And why I have these products, because I like to do my job. I like to do my job correct, well, and fast. I work in show. We ain't got a lot of time, honey. So my detangler can bust through the kinkiest hair. Like, I have a black people who make my product. I have black people who house my product. And this is a black-owned, black-made product, 100%.
I love it.
They know that I don't want alcohol in it to dumb it down, to make it cheaper. It is what it is. It's very good quality product. Our detangler will bust through any type of hair. It's a leave-in conditioner detangler. You can leave it in. It softens your hair. It treats your hair. It's made to be left in and detangle your hair. So these mixed kids, these all these babies, these women having these babies by these colored men, honey, and they got these babies that pop out with this little kinky hair and they don't know what to do. This is what you do. I have some videos on YouTube or on one of those things where you can see how it literally just busts through the hair. And then I have a Mega Mix. Mega Mix is that deep, penetrating, thick cholesterol feel that gives you that tingling feeling in your hair. It's amazing. You know what? I'm going to make sure Ramona sends you a kit also. I don't know why she didn't do that, but you should have had the kit before we had this call. But that Mega Mix really gets in there and tingles that scalp, because when that scalp is tingling, you're allowing it to penetrate the follicles. And now we're stimulating and we're growing hair now. We're not just packing a bunch of stuff on. That is to be rinsed out. And then I have the Hair Bionic Hair Oil, which we all need. Hair oil is just not hair oil my scalp. No, Bionic Hair Oil is my top secret for giving my celebrity clients the best curl ever. I blow dry the hair, shampoo it. Well, we don't really shampoo hair much in Hollywood, but I blow dry the hair. I get it ready, and I use a little couple of drops of hair oil, not a lot. I rub it together. I put it in their hair. I blow dry it back through, make sure the hair is not weighed down. And then when I put those curls in the hair, which most people would use hairspray, drying in alcohol, trying to hold that curl, fry the hair. Hair curls in my day. And fry the hair, which what we don't know is if you put that oil in there and you put that hair and you curl it with that curling iron and you let that curl cool, that curl is going to stay there all day long. Hairspray is not even needed. Hairspray is not even the trick.
Wow.
Oil is the trick, because once you seal that curl in there and you got oil in there and you lock it and you let it cool and those shafts close, baby, you not only have a beautiful curl, you have a soft curl. You have hair that moves now, doesn't have hairspray in it. It's not sticky. It's going to last all day. Because in television, I talk a lot, don't I? In television.
It's okay. We're loving it. We're loving it.
In television, you can't hairspray her hair all up, because I need to make that hair look like that for the next 12 hours. Now, if I put a bunch of hairspray in there, I'm not going to be able to keep going in there and maneuvering it, because these lights are melting those curls. So you're not going to be able to keep going there. So in our business, I had to learn what really worked. What works, not a Band-Aid. So creating my product, I had to start using product that worked for me. And I actually made that oil with lavender, jojoba oil, pure shea. Like, I mixed this whole thing up. It is no alcohol whatsoever. It's like the ultimate feed for your hair. And that's why I call it Bionic.
All right.
The other thing I have in there is some edge gel. We all love our edge gel, our hold it, and everybody thinks hold it is just for edges. No, most of my clients use the hold it to do the twist, to just put
Mm.
it in your hair and use it and give it some softness. It feeds the hair. There's not alcohol. There's more protein in there than alcohol totally is. You can reuse it. It doesn't flake. All your twists, your knots, it's wonderful for all that without giving you my favorite, the Dax Wax feel, because
Okay.
before I had my edge product, I was the Dax Wax man. Lisa Raye, Kimora, when you saw them
Can
girls,
you show it? Can you show it, Dr. Boogie? Because I'm definitely going to
yes,
give
I'm gonna send it to you, but it's on the kit right here.
yeah.
It's the product.
Okay.
You get all of what I'm talking about in one kit. That's why I made it a hair care therapy kit. It's therapy for your hair. Take these products and use them every day, and they will help you grow no matter what you're doing. And now back to that edge control. The edge control, why I like it so much, because it's reusable, it's packed with protein. And if you're putting it on your edges and making all that look neat, you're not going to dry your edges out and they're going to break off. I can't take that at all.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. So listen, guys, remember, now it's how we're going to do it later. I'm not sure yet, but I'm giving away Dr. Boogie's beginner kit system. Okay. Here's the difference, because I know you have so many options out there when you're trying to choose something for your hair. But here's the thing. This is an actual hair expert, a stylist, not somebody who just, and nothing against anybody. So we're not saying anything against anybody, but this is a stylist that knows hair, 30 years in the business, and came up with this line based upon everything that he's seen and everything that he knows with hair. And I'm going to also use the system myself, and I'm going to keep y'all updated. Okay. So Carol, you said, where's the site? I believe I put everything in the description of this video. If I did not, I'm going to get you updated on everything. But you can also say it, Dr. Boogie, like, where can they go to order this?
You can get my hair care system at drboogiesecrets.com. That's Dr. Dr. Boogie, Boogie, secrets.com. And again, I'll put the picture of the whole little kit up. That's what it is. You get the whole thing in one kit. And I even give you, which I like why I package this. I'm going to rip this box open. I even go in depth with, you get a pamphlet in there. It explains to you what each product is.
Okay.
And I really go in depth, even inside the box. And inside the box, I have everything that you can do with this product.
Wow.
When you rip the box open, all the words, what it is, what you can do with it, everything like that.
That's amazing. That is beautiful. So guys, drboogiesecrets.com. Canelo, if you're still there, please put that in the chat for everybody, that website, so that they can go there and get it. And again, at some point before we end this live, we will be giving away one to one of our subscribers here that's listening. Okay. Now, there's this big thing that went on with the hair vitamins. What do you think about these hair vitamins? Do they work? Do we need to take them? What's up with the vitamins?
You know what? I really can't say, because I am not a scientist legally.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I would say hair vitamins are just like taking any type of vitamins. It is good for your hair. It's good for your body, and it can produce what it needs to continue to make your hair grow. Have I honed in on one yet? No, I have not.
Okay.
I believe that growing hair is a part of stimulating the scalp, a healthy diet, and just taking care of your hair, and try to stay away from that alcohol as much as possible, because little do we know, majority of the shampoos and conditioners that you buy pack so much alcohol that it's not okay for African American women to use. Even those conditioners, they think, oh, it's great, it makes my hair feel soft, but then until you rinse it out. But that's why a lot of people are trapped with leaving it in. So you really got to know what you're putting in your hair, because as we all know, there's been products that people have popped up with in the past that came out that were very popular. I'm not going to say any names, and now they are up for lawsuits because people's hair completely fell out and it wasn't for them. And it's all about marketing. And like I say, me creating my own line, it's more work for me when I could have just took an endorsement deal and just sold anybody's product, but I refuse to do that to my people and my clients.
Well, I'm glad you did. Yeah. And we're going to support. So Tracy, I believe you can still stick with your shampoo and conditioner. Yeah, you can, and use Dr. Boogie's system. So
Yeah,
yes.
you definitely just want to make sure you're not using a shampoo that has so much alcohol. You want to the goal is to moisturize. So I don't have a shampoo. So my
Okay.
thing is, like I say, a therapy hair care kit. I have conditioner, a leave-in conditioner, the oil, just the necessities. And then I throw in a lotion that you have that I actually make myself, has no alcohol in it whatsoever because I got a little psoriasis. So I start making my own lotion. So I give that away in there. And like that little lotion, like it's so no alcohol in it. So people started doing hair and body with the lotion. So people who have the curly hair and they just want to put some, moisturizer in their hair, they use the lotion. So it's usable for that as well.
All right, thank you. Yes, and Canelo, thank you for dropping that in there for me. I truly appreciate you. And everybody, there's the website. Okay, there's the website if you want to go look and support and get Dr. Boogie's product. And remember, guys, that this is from an actual stylist has been doing hair for over 30 years. Okay.
It's funny you say that because I always go into Sally's and I see people selling product, nothing against my celebrities. I'd be like, girl, you got to hire me to do your hair. So how do you got a product out here? You don't know the first thing about hair and product. But that's the business and that's how it works. And hey, I'm not knocking nobody.
Right. We get attached to names, right? But that's why I said that there's a major difference between Dr. Boogie's product and many others that you will see out there. He actually does hair. He actually knows a little something about hair. Okay. And how you're going to maintain it, grow it, keep it, and all of that good stuff. Okay. So I know that you kind of moved away from doing hair. So I guess the best way is, everybody take down these tips. We're going to tell you exactly where you can follow Dr. Boogie at. So unfortunately, guys, you can't hire him to do your hair, but he has given us many tips. So what projects are you currently working on?
Right now, again, like I said, I work with Debbie Allen a lot. I'm working on my new show that's coming out. I don't know if I can say the name of it just yet, but it's a good show. And it's for younger hairstylists or people who want to have an opportunity to be where I am and the next level of hairstyling. I'm giving them the opportunity to do that by them showing me their ultimate creativity. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm getting ready to gear up to shoot that. I actually just had an opportunity, girl. I am in Hollywood and they say I got personality, but I don't believe that shit. I'm just as crazy as anybody else's uncle on the porch in Richmond, California. But I was put into a movie. Offered to be in a movie, to play, a major role in a movie. South Bay talent group out here in LA, and Carson, Crystal, she gave me that opportunity it was a big opportunity for me. Like it was kind of like a version of the Golden Girls, but we were all Black and we all lived in one house and I was one of the roommates, but there was a catch. I had to shave my beard and dress in drag. Because if anybody knows anything, the original Golden Girls had a gay guy in it in the beginning when it first started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it did. So the first season. So they kind of went back to that, and it's fun. We're looking for a handyman. So it's called Hot Chicks with a Z.
Okay.
It's so funny because I was like, okay, I'll do it. But, we live in 2022. I got to shave my beard, right? Like, I'm a doctor. I'm a hairstylist.
Right.
Let's keep it professional. That's my image. I was like, so, I'm already having a hard time. I was like, okay, no dress, and I'm not shaving my beard, but I can be as feminine, gay, funny as y'all want me to be.
Nice. I love it.
They got this beard off of me. I was in full makeup, lashes out to here, little bitty wigs. I didn't do the dress, though, but I did do hot shorts for days. And I did a movie, and I actually did a movie that's coming out in 2023. It's hilarious.
I love it. Make sure you keep me updated with all your stuff as it comes out and everything. And I will definitely let all my subscribers know. And we're going to support. We're 100% going to support. Okay. So now, everybody, the moment y'all all been waiting for.
Wait, let me throw this plug in here real quick.
Yes.
So I'm getting ready to do, was talking about Debbie Allen. I got excited talking about my movie. Say I'm not an actor, I'm a hairstylist. That was very exciting for me. But I'm actually gearing up to do the Hot Chocolate Nutcracker. Debbie Allen does it every year. It's an amazing play. It's like the Nutcracker, but it's the hot chocolate Nutcracker, you know.
Yeah.
And that play is phenomenal. There's over 200 or 300 kids in there. I'm the lead hairstylist. I have been for the last 5 years. And it's just an amazing, amazing production. And not only that, just to work alongside Debbie Allen. Like,
I
I'm
know.
still like a little low-key groupie, like, you know, and we hang out and she takes me out. She just offered me to come. I went to the television academy, the TV Academy Awards the other day. She got, you know, admitted into the Hall of Fame for the television academy. So that was an amazing experience. Her sister brought her out. So I still like have to look and be like, wow, I'm surrounded with so many positive people and I'm learning so much. Like just coming from this little kid from a small little town that I didn't even graduate from high school. Like I was just wanting to be a hairstylist. I was fast and running the streets like every other little boy, doing the most at the club. But I was also knew that I had to grow if I wanted to do this into a professional person.
And
So
you did an amazing job.
Thank you so much. I literally followed that path. There was a lot that I didn't do. There's a lot of things that I had the opportunity to do, but I had to make sure that I wanted to keep myself as, you know, I'm human. It's like I make mistakes and do dirty shit too. But I just wanted to make sure that if I'm going to be a professional, to try to stay professional as I possibly can and then have fun with it, you know?
Yeah. I do. So we've been having people that's just dying to ask you some questions. And I actually have Mo Better sitting backstage here. I'm gonna bring her up really quickly to see if she has a question that she would like to ask you. Hold on one second. Hey Mo Better, look at you looking gorgeous, showing that beautiful hair.
I know. How you gorgeous.
Go ahead. What would you like to ask Dr. Boogie? Or say?
Hello, beautiful. And hey, Doctor.
Hello, how are you, gorgeous? Loving your tattoos, your bob, and everything, and that beautiful smile.
Oh, thank you. So my question is I've lost a lot of weight, and also I've been pregnant, and that causes a lot of hair loss. So what would you suggest to combat that?
Well, congratulations on your weight loss and your pregnancy. You're having a baby, bringing in a new life. That's wonderful. That's going to give you so much life.
Thank you.
Hair breakage and hair falling out when people are pregnant, that's more like a hormonal thing. And again, the only thing you can kind of do is deal with that and ask your doctor, your dermatologist, if there's something that you could take to probably stop and combat that. That would be more of a doctor dermatologist question. But in the meantime, for me, it's probably just going to happen through your pregnancy. I'm sure you're taking prenatal vitamins, which is one of the best things to make your hair grow. So that's really good. And as I talked about earlier, stimulating your scalp is very, very important. Like you'll be amazed of how hair will hold on once it has blood flowing through it and it's actually eating, because otherwise it's just like hanging there and going to fall off. But definitely, congratulations again to that. But talk to your doctor or your dermatologist, depending on how much hair loss you're having. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain medicines you can and can't take, you know, because of course you're pregnant. So, but definitely that prenatal pill is magic, honey. You can sell that on the black market. The girls love that for their hair.
And yes, congratulations, Mo Better. And you look gorgeous, and your hair is beautiful. It's amazing.
That's why you're glowing over there. You got that baby growing inside.
Thank you. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Stimulate and brush that scalp. Just stimulate and brush that scalp. And don't stress. Be grateful you're having a baby, because, you know, stress has a lot to do with that.
Yes.
All right. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye. So you can throw your questions in the chat, everyone, or you could click the link and actually come up and speak to Dr. Boogie. I do know, Dr. Boogie, earlier there was a question about traction alopecia. You know, I guess, you know, from the pulling and all of that. Can you grow your hair back from that? And what is your tip for that?
You know, traction alopecia is one of those things that once that follicle is gone, it's pretty much going to be gone and your hair won't grow back. You've pulled it completely out or it fell out, whatever that case may be. You can still stimulate that area, put a little peppermint in there, keep it going, and hope that you would grow a little bit back. But of course, with science and where we are these days, you know, depending on your budget, you could actually go in and have follicles put back in so that hair will grow there again.
Okay.
So it's one of those type of things. It's like if you did bad when you was young, you're paying for it now.
Paying for it now. Oh gosh. All right. Anybody else, throw your questions in the chat there and Dr. Boogie will answer them. I'm trying to go back. Curves, I know you had a question. If you're still there, I'm trying to look for it. Just, you know, tell me, okay, so wait, I think that's as a professional, Dr. Boogie, what would your best tip be for moisturizing locks?
Moisturizing locks. Locks are wonderful because they can hold so much moisture in them. You know, using your light oils and anything that says moisturizer that you can either leave in again or wash out. Locks is hair. It's just, more hair. So you treat that just like hair. So pretty much what we covered earlier, using the right product. Especially with locks, you don't want to put a leave-in conditioner in your locks that you think that you're supposed to leave in, but you're not, which means it's a regular conditioner and you think that you're doing a leave-in. You really want to make sure you know what you're putting in your locks because they absorb a lot. And you don't want them to absorb a lot of alcohol. You want to keep them moisturized, beautiful, flowing, soft, bendable, smelling good. So pretty much the same thing as hair. Just know what you're putting in your hair. If it's conditioner, rinse the conditioner out. If it's a leave-in conditioner, use a leave-in conditioner if you want to leave it in. But oiling your hair, you never go wrong with that. You just don't want to over oil.
Okay. All right. So hello, Diva and Dr. Boogie. How do I deal with a dry scalp?
Well, depending on why your scalp is dry, it can be coming from the inside out, the outside in. It depends. If you're not drinking a lot of water, which is a very important part of having a dry scalp, you have to oil your scalp. I mean, if it's dry, you have to get it to the point to where it's nurtured and it's moisturized, which means you have to oil your scalp. And again, a lot of people don't want to oil their scalp because they don't want their hair greasy or they don't want grease on their pillow. We can't have it all. But I'm going to tell you what you do want. You want some hair when you're 65, 75, 85, 95. Baby, if you don't want nothing else, you going to want some hair sitting up in that gown. The only thing we're going to see is this anyway. So have hair. Take the time and care for it now. You will be so gratefully pleased in the end.
Okay, I love it. Denise, transition into gray. Well, welcome to the gray tribe, Denise. Yes. Okay, does gray require more or different care? Should you adjust your hair care routine for the gray if only 15% gray?
If you're only 15% gray, that probably means what's coming up is going to be a little bit gray. Some people only gray in certain areas. Gray hair was said it was more, unruly and a little tough. Gray hair is just like any other hair. You moisturize it. The only thing about gray hair is when you're using yellow shampoos, then you're dealing with the yellow hair. The trick, I'm sure we should all know, is that shimmering lights for gray hair is the way to go. So you can get a nice silver, real gray, beautiful shine hair. So gray hair takes regular hair products pretty much just like everything else. It does help when you have a lot of gray hair and you want to soften it. If you feel like it's too coarse, you might want to start putting a bag on it with the cholesterol, the conditioner, the heavy conditioner, and getting under the dryer and let it really break that hair down a little bit more softer. If you feel like your gray hair is a little bit more coarse, you can definitely break it down by doing those weekly hot oil treatments, cholesterol treatments, Dr. Boogie hair care therapy treatments. You can break that hair down soft, but you definitely want to treat it more, put the bag on it, sit into the dryer. I'm not really that big of a fan of the bag. If you do the bag, put a hole in it, because what I don't like about the bag under the dryer is you put all the product in your hair, you get under the dryer, and then it breaks it all down and it melts it, and now it's in the bottom of the bag. Me personally, I put my clients with the conditioner in their hair with no bag because I want it to stay and penetrate. I don't want it to just get all hot, drip into the bottom of the bag, and it kind of defeats the purpose.
Right. I love that. Vernice said, I lost hair and spots, which has not grown back due to chemotherapy. What can I do?
Well, honey, there's not much you can do about that, but be grateful that you are alive and blessed to be here after that chemotherapy thing. And just kind of roll with it and find hair accessories. And doesn't mean you have to put on a wig. I mean, if you're walking around with a little bald spot, I mean, that's your ribbon of I made it. That's your pink ribbon on your jacket. Be comfortable with that, what you got. And you'll be amazed at how many more people will respect you for, you don't have to hide it because you have a bald spot here, a bald spot there. Let the hair grow a little bit more. Squeeze it together, honey. Put a little ponytail right there. Use a hair accessory. There's so many things you can do. Even now, if you have an afro and you have a little patch right there, you can actually just go get you some hair, honey, and glue it, or go buy an afro wig that matches. Cut that little bitty piece out and use some little double stick right there for hair tape and put it in that little area. Pat it down, work it out, and that way you can actually wear your fro. But if you got a little patch missing right there, you feel like you can't wear it, we can fix that little patch. Boom, and be done. And be comfortable, and just till you get to the point to where you don't have to do that.
Right, I love it.
Make your own little accessory.
That's it, right? TikTok says she's trying to grow her hair, so sunburn, I need help. I think we kind of like touched on that. Like, you got to really stimulate your hair and different
Yeah.
things. But what you could go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was listening to you. That was pretty much we did how to grow your hair with yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the same thing. Stimulation is the bottom line. Again, it goes back to those 3 rules: stimulation, moisturizing, and just actually brushing and caring for your hair. Just doing those small, and that's the gag. It seems so simple. We're out there buying products, sink full of products to do when we really need to do is just stimulate our hair and feed it. So simple.
Thank you. And listen, guys, if I missed your question, it goes by fast. You could throw it in really quickly again and see if I see it. But in the meantime, we got to do this giveaway. So Canelo, I hope you're out there. Listen, guys, I really want to give this product away, because it's amazing. It's a whole therapy system to somebody who really wants it and who's going to utilize it and who's going to tap back into me and just tell me what you like about it and how it's going for you, right? Nadia, you could have came back up, baby. Any advice for a person that starts the lock process? She said.
Yeah, starting the lock process. Actually, my aunt, she just started her lock process, and it was a little frustrating for her because her hair was short and it wouldn't lock, and she had to go back a couple of times, and it kept being frizzy around the edges. It's so funny because she actually hold it to her beautician to try and use it. And of course, thank you, lady. She already done got 10 bottles of Hold It, but you gotta find the right product that makes it and make you comfortable with it so you look neat, especially going into the locks. How you doing, honey? Especially going into the locks. You want your locks to look, as we talked about earlier, being natural and being in this whole new world. You want your locks to look neat, and you want to use the right product because you don't want them to be dry and flaky. And you can look at locks and tell that they thirsty as hell. So it's like you moisturize it. Yours look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Keep it together.
I just started my man's locks. They're brand new. I just started him 2 weeks ago. Okay. So that's why I was asking for advice for like caring for and everything.
Stimulating, moisturizing, and especially with the guy, depending on what his father's hairline look like, honey, you want to stimulate up there to make sure he keeps the full hairline. And with the locks, again, just, if you really want good, healthy locks, feed it. Let's go back to the Jerry curl days, honey, and let me talk about moisturizer. That Jerry curl free, y'all need to pay me for this too, little Jerry curl people. I didn't say that too many times. That Jerry, what is it called? Carefree Curl Moisturizer.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. You just want to moisturize your hair?
Yeah.
Free curl moisturizer. Amazing. And with locks, if you feed them like a tree, honey, coming from Africa.
Yeah, because I just been using like peppermint oils, different oils.
Yes, but just be careful with the oils because you don't want to clog the stat. If you are using the oils, stick with you a nice shampoo at least at the end of the week or the end of the 2 weeks, so it could be, he'll build up natural oils within 2 weeks. But you want to also get that out so his hair can have time to reboot, his follicles can open up and breathe, and then keep it going. Your hair looks really good, so it seems like you know what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so and this is what we'll wind this down. What is the proper way to care for your hair under a sew-in? That's a good question.
Oh, it is. You have a bionic here? No, you don't. You have a bionic? Okay. Well, bionic. I'm always throwing my shameless plug.
You got to throw it in there. That's why you're here.
Yeah, and that's why I made bionic, because bionic comes with a dropper in it. So it's nice to buy the oil, but you have the dropper and you have braids under there and you all sewed up, and you be able to put the dropper in the scalp and release the oil into the scalp so you can feed under there. Because the number one thing with the braid and weave is you got to feed what's underneath there. We can't just tie that up and be like, oh, I'm cool. No, you're not cool. First of all, you got a bunch of thread wrapping around your hair and pulling it and breaking it as we speak. Yes, y'all, with them weaves. So you want to make sure that hair and those strands are completely moisturized and not dry and ready to break, but moisturized and oiled so they can take that thread. Because then that hair is now stronger because it has that oil. You're not going to be able to slice right through it, because in the meantime, that thin string is slicing right through that hair. So oiling it with the dropper, and that's why I said bionic, or any product that has a dropper on it.
Right.
You can get in there, get to that scalp, put that oil in there, and treat that hair. And believe it or not, that's like one of my hair care regimens to grow your hair out. If you just leave it alone, put a weave of your choice in there, whatever that is, And you're going to fight with me on this because I'm not about to leave all these edges out and have all this broken hair around the edges and just we're going to put a weave in it. We're putting a weave in it for the fact of it's a hair care treatment that we're going through. So we're going to braid it all up. We may leave a little bit out, or we have to just adjust to the hairstyle with the weave. But the goal is to just treat what's under there. So in 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year, you take that out. Guess what you got?
Hair.
Healthy hair, beautiful hair, thick hair, hair that's been moisturized, nurtured, oiled. We live a lifetime. Why are we such a rush when we live a lifetime till we can treat it? So bionic, every household has it, of course, because I'm not at home right now.
Right.
See, it has a dropper.
Yeah, and that's a nice size.
Yeah, this is size. It's a nice size, and it's all you can actually get that in your weave, get it in there, and drop some drops in there.
Right.
Feed that scalp. Very important. Because otherwise, you're gonna give me some oil. What I'm gonna do? How am I getting that in my weave? I can't go like that. Like, you gotta be able to have a product that's gonna get in there, feed that scalp. So my thing is, you want to wear the weave, take care of your hair.
Take care of your hair.
Otherwise, what are you doing, honey? You're just confused right now. And that's okay, because there's a lot of confused people out there, because I'm still confused about certain things. But we gotta understand what we're doing with our hair. Our hair is our crown. First thing I look at you. It don't matter what the hell they say. I'm judging you off the back by what your hair look like.
That's 100% true. So Sin, listen, Sin, I love you. This is yours. I'm giving you that kit. Okay, so you're getting
this is yours, Sin.
It's yours, Sin. It's yours. Sin, this time, Sin, don't make me hurt you, Sin. Send me an email so I can get it to you, because I'm going to get you this product. You know how we love to do giveaways here. And this is very important because, you know, we all deal with our hair problems. Okay. We all deal with our hair situation. So
it's perfect for you, Sin. You can actually use everything in the kit with your dreads, husband's locks, and twist. You actually can use everything in there.
Are you want to leave a link in the description box for his product, Diva?
I thought I did, but I will. Thank you, Nadi. I will update it. I will make sure I update it. I promise you I will. I'm going to actually get a picture and put it on the community page so everybody can see. Yes, congratulations, Sin. Yes, got you. Thanks, Sin. Don't forget. Yes, Sin. We're going to get this out to you. And I'm also going to utilize the product and keep you updated. So you'll know how I'm doing. Now, here's my big thing, Dr. Boogie, because that's how I got stuck in the braids too, right? I got stuck in the braids because I felt like my hair was going to grow quicker, but then I wasn't doing the right things, you know? So am I going to be okay if I don't braid my hair? Will I still be able to grow my hair the way I want to grow it?
You totally can. And it's just going to be a little bit more. You got to have more patience because you duck by, but that's okay. You just got to have a little, it's okay to walk by, honey. You just got to have a little bit more patience with it, because when we're looking at it, we don't feel like it's growing.
Right.
Not until we put it away, don't see it for a couple of weeks or a month, and then we take it out. It's like, oh, my hair grew. Well, it was already growing. It just doesn't look like it. The braids are totally fine. You just can't let them pull your hair too tight.
Well, you know
what, locks, you can't pull them too tight. You will pull that hair out.
Right. But you know what I was doing? I was getting them down all the way below my butt. I was putting them up in a bun, and then to tighten the bun. And then to tighten the bun. I know.
Oh, Lord. You're killing me here, honey. You're killing me.
But no, wait, I'm going to take you out. Because to tighten the bun, once I had the band on, I would pull, and then roll it around. I promise you.
I'm dead. And then you want to know why. That's why your edges are way back
I
here.
know.
Not saying that yours are, but just people in general.
It's fine. We can talk here. It's the same thing. Yes.
Diva, my edges are thin too from braids all those years.
I mean, I think as a community, we can all relate, because we all probably did something that really taxed our edges, right? That really pulled on our edges. Well, and that's why
I don't want to be mean or cut you off, but I got to hit this right quick.
Yeah.
What we did was let society ruin who we really are.
Yeah.
And when we get these hairstyles, we like, okay, this works. This looks good. This passes for my job. We're stuck. knowing that we're stuck in a bad situation. It's like a relationship. He been beating your ass from day one. You know that. You saw a red flag. That damn flag ain't gonna turn green. You know you doing wrong. Get out of that situation and get into a healthier situation with your hair. I think I'm gonna be a pastor next, and y'all gonna have me preaching in a minute, talking about this hair.
Preach on.
We know that we're doing wrong, but we do it anyway. And 1 week turns into 2 weeks, turns into 3 weeks. We stuck into a hairstyle now for 5 years. An unhealthy hairstyle, an unhealthy relationship with our hair for 5 years. That's not good.
Yes, it's
that's
not
what
good.
we're doing, and that's what we're accustomed to doing. So what you said, yes, but I just want to keep it 100. Society has a lot to do with why we get stuck and get comfortable and lazy into these hairstyles. We find something passable, doable, and okay, and we stick with it.
You are so correct. And Denise, yes, that is my profile pic. Yes, it is up there, honey, with my bun and my braids. And I love her and I miss her. But listen, I'm in recovery right now. I'm in recovery. And you know what? This is the longest I've been in recovery because I have bounced in and out. But this is the longest I've been in it, and I'm determined to stick with it and just embrace it, right?
You look beautiful. You look clean. Both of you look absolutely doable in today's society. Like you're natural. We don't, not that there's anything wrong with the weaves and all the looks and I just call them accessories. Just like we change our clothes, people like to change their hair, and I'm fine with that as long as you're caring for your hair.
Yes.
Just care for it. Stop rubbing your eye like that. That's gonna give you black circles around your eye, honey.
Okay.
We pat around here. We pat.
I don't have my Kansas tissue.
Yes.
Oh my God. Dr. Boogie, I promise you, I could talk to you forever.
I love it.
You are everything. We are praying that all your projects and your shows work out. Love seeing you on our screen. And thank you for being dedicated to the Black hair. I mean, I'm sure you do many hair, but thank you for being dedicated to our hair. Thank you for creating a system for our hair that has ingredients that's not going to destroy our hair.
Let me ask you this. Here's something I always ask people.
Yes.
Who else do you know, or what, and be honest, who else or what stylist do you know that's Black that's going to catering for our hair? Who's our cheerleader? Who's our Paul Mitchell? Do you know one? Can you name one?
You. That's
it. So it's a real fight for me out here because there's not many of me, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm still going. I still believe in ABBA. I don't know if you guys remember what ABBA was. When you buy Black hair, Black owned, Black sold. They used to have that on all the beauty products back in the day. So you knew that you were buying Black hair care products.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a symbol that was on all the hair care products that was Black owned and Black sold. Like that's what I was brought up in my brownie days growing up with, African American serious hairdressers. That's what I was brought up in and trained to know about. And I'm still grateful to still be able to have that little bit in me because it's very important. Our product is different. White people, Black people, Chinese people, it's all hair. It's just depending on what texture hair you have. Koreans have just as kinky as hair as African Americans do. Like, if you want to just go through the globe and what we were all made out of, hair is hair. It's just different textures of hair.
Right.
So we all use the thing. So we just need to learn what works for our texture.
Yeah.
Like we have either dry scalps or really oily scalps. Caucasians have normally really dry scalps. So you just kind of got to work. Then you have your Caucasians that got really oily scalps. So we're all mixed. It's no different. Hair is hair. So when people this is for Black hair. No, it's about what's good for your hair texture. What's growing out of your head. What's good for that.
I love it.
Love it.
I love it. I love it. Now, Dr. Boogie, are you in any stores as of yet?
You know what? I do have a distribution deal on the table. So let me tell you about this. I refuse to put alcohol in my product.
Okay.
To make it store sellable, price
right.
So that's kind of something that we're battling. That kit is over $100 for that kit, but you get a lot in the kit. You know what I mean? But it's like I'm just still trying to battle that. I'm totally comfortable selling it online. You know what I mean? I take full dollar. I did directly to the customer. There's no middleman. As we know, when you do a distribution deal, things are sold very inexpensive, and then they mark it all the way back up. But for me, I'm not going to fill my product with alcohol to meet quotas of making it.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just stuck with this. I do have some avenues in mind. It'll probably happen. It will happen. I'm gonna stick to the script. I'm just like, again, I'm one of those people that I'm not gonna budge for the dollar. I'm not gonna budge for the funny. You're not gonna embarrass, buffoon, and do any of that to me. I'm comfortable with who I am, what I am, where I am, and it's like I'm gonna do it my way, just like all the rest of the greats before me did it. Whatever they were doing, I'm gonna stick to my script. I'm not loading my product up with alcohol to ruin all of our community's hair. It's like what we continue to do. No.
Right. Well, God bless you for that. I love it. Okay, and we definitely gonna go to the website and purchase and support. So yes, and I can't wait to see more of you. You are amazing. I'm feeling your energy through the screen here. I'm loving
so shy. Can you believe it? I'm an extremely shy person. If you were to take me into a room full of people, I would probably just be like by myself and chilling. Of course, once I get to going with people, I can't get away from them. But it's funny. I was at the academy the other day, and all the guys walked up. Norm Nixon's daddy husband was talking to another man. They started talking about golf and all that. His wife is just standing there, and I was like, "Oh, honey, don't worry. I know how to get a conversation with her." I said, "Girl, let's talk about hair color. How long you been coloring hair?" She was like, "Whoa, Jesus!" It opened up a whole can of worms about the hair and the color. Then the guys had to literally wait for us to finish our conversation talking about hair and beauty. It was amazing.
I like it. Sweet revenge.
Yeah, I love what I do. Yeah, I don't know nothing about golf, but I know how to talk to your wife about this hair and the makeup.
Okay. we can all get connected, with hair. So like I said, truly appreciate you coming through. So much love. Tell everybody where they can follow you at, or your social media.
You know what? I'm Dr. Boogie. You can Google me, Dr. Boogie. I'm on Instagram, Dr. Boogie Secrets. I'm on Twitter, Boogie Secrets. I'm all over the place. I'm not really a big social media, I'm an OG, so I'm not really a big social media person. I'm not all about. I work so much. I'm so busy with businesses. I'm building a house right now, so it's just a lot going on. So I'm just thank you so much. I'm just trying to just stay afloat and stay sane and be happy through all of this. Because if my happiness is not there, I'm doing all this for nothing.
Right.
So the main goal is for me to enjoy it. Things happen fast around here, and just enjoy it, and again just make sure that I'm happy in the end. Because if I'm not happy, I've been in tons of situations, amazing situations, where people think you used to be happiest in the world, but I wasn't happy. So I've learned to make myself happy. Whether I lose, gain, whatever the situation may be, it's important for me to be happy.
I love it. You know what I forgot to ask you, Dr. Boogie? How did you get that name?
Dr. Boogie, because my baby's mama, I have a son, he's 30, he's in the military, BJ, that's my boy. His mom was in the dental field, and she wore scrubs every day. So, of course, me being a hairdresser, I would just pick them scrubs up off the ground and put them on and go to the salon. So it kind of became the thing where I was like, oh, this is easy. I got to mess up my clothes. I got to buy a bunch of clothes. I'm working 8 days a week. It's only 7. So these scrubs is working for me and saving me money.
Wow.
I came to Hollywood with that, and then I went to one of my first clients, and I had my little doctor's bag, and she was like, "You're a doctor." She was like, "Not only did you do my hair, you made me feel good. We had a conversation. You gave me some of that weed that was in your bag. Like, you got the bag. You are the doctor, honey." And lo and behold, I became Dr. Boogie.
Oh my God, that's a nice story. I love it.
Keeping in mind that Boogie was always there as a child, because if you remember those velvet posters back in the 70s or 80s or whatever, they had those velvet posters, and one said, "Let's Boogie." Yeah, and then I would dance all the time, and my brother would say, "Look, Mom, he's Boogie," and they would go Boogie, and then there you have it. I was Boogie all through elementary school, junior high school. Like, no one even knows my real name. It's crazy. My name is Uarian. Like, they'll be like, "Who?" Boogie. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh my God. That is funny. Listen, Love you much. Thank you for coming to the Grade Tribe. We truly appreciate you. You gave some amazing hair tips. Guys, I'm going to update the description. What I can remember off the top of my head, the best I got, you got to stimulate that scalp. You got to moisturize that scalp. You got to pay attention to the instructions on the product that you are using. Like Boogie said, they wrote it for a reason. They know what they're talking about. If it says rinse out after 15 minutes, don't walk around your house for 2 hours with the conditioner in your hair. Rinse it out, okay? Talk to your stylist and make sure you and your stylist come with a happy medium, so to speak. And, you know, don't be afraid of the scissors. Don't be afraid of the scissors because, you know, trimming is going to help. Oh, Sin is coming up really quickly, Dr. Boogie. I'm not trying to hold you hostage here.
One thing I
Okay.
was going to say too with the stylist is don't be afraid to have two stylists.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to have a hair care specialist, and then you have that girl that's going to give you that boom, boom, boom that you need Friday night.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's okay to have two. We're not owned by hairstylists, and a lot of people get caught up with that. Don't be afraid to have someone that's going to take care of your hair because that's what she does. And then when you need that boom going over here to such and such, you know what I mean? That's okay.
Yeah. All right, I love that, Tim. Hey, Tim, our winners in the building.
Thank you. Hi, Dr. Boogie.
Hello. How are you?
With you, I totally agree. I'm so happy. I'm so elated. I'm so looking forward to this hair journey. I'm so ready for it. I'll cut this stuff off and start all over again. You know?
Yes, get rid of it.
Threaten me with a good time,
honey. It's like an ex-boyfriend. Boy, bye.
Okay, exactly. Bury that wig.
Yes.
Dave, I sent all my information.
We have a wig funerals over here. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I sent all my information in Instagram DM already, so don't start threatening me online. Okay.
I'm not because I truly want to send you the system. Because I want you to get it. I want you to utilize it. And listen, I'm going to be utilizing it with you also. So we're going to be in this.
Great.
Yeah, we're going to be in this journey together. We're going to bring
we got a journal
together.
too.
Yes, we got a journal too. Yes, we will. And you know what? And I'll take pictures and everything, show you my hair. We're going to do this. We're going to be in this together. Yes,
that's right.
Oh, wait. Fifi said, yes, I'm currently dating a stylist now, looking for a committed relationship. I'm trying to tell you, Fifi.
Girl, it's tough. Let me tell you.
You have to vet stylists like when you dating now.
No, you really do. You got to make sure they don't talk too much, that they're gonna be on time, that they're gonna do everything they're supposed to do. It's literally like a serious relationship. It only takes a minute to get mad with your stylist. It's like somebody you dating and living with. You be like, oh, they getting on my nerves. It's a weird situation.
Dr. Boogie, don't get me started. You be here another hour.
That's okay, girl. I got time. Look, that's why I have this whole thing. Damn, you made me forget because that was funny. See, I got the worst mind. That's that marijuana. Y'all don't smoke pot. It ain't working. Damn it.
That's that green light.
I'm gonna think about it in a minute.
God, you know, I've been through. I had the Jerry curl at one point. I definitely permed my hair for a long time. Like I said, I did braids. You know, weaves. It's funny. It's just because I like braids, you could still if you wasn't getting cornrows, like you could still move your hair, right? Weave, I just never connected with. I just couldn't. I just felt trapped in, like I just couldn't do it. That was just me. And I tried wigs too, and then I felt like, you know, like I was out in the middle somewhere, and I'm like, I really want to just rip this thing off my head. So,
and be free, and just be free,
be free. So
that's what I've had every single hairstyle you can imagine in a lifetime. And I had it. Like when we went through the Sea Girl, I was like, I'm not doing this no more. I should have stock in hair as much as I spent in hair through the years. And I have 2 girls. So that's 3 times the amount.
Yes.
But the only thing I could never get into was wigs. I can't stand it. I feel like it's so restrictive. I don't know how people do it.
Right.
I just couldn't do the wigs. But when the Sea Girl came about, I was like, I had enough. There's no other style that I want or need. I'm good with just locks.
Because you're free and you're happy being free. Like people don't understand the moment to where you, like a lot of people, especially men, well, some of them do, the feeling of not being able to be happy with how you look is a can of worms that people really can't touch. It's like, it's deeper than a whole lot of people that really, when they really think it is when they come to their hair. Like, men have no idea the insecurities that women chase dealing with their hair.
Yeah.
It's like taking your bra off after a long day.
The insecurity, the not look good enough, and especially now with social media. That should have you locked in the closet, girl, because I still ran around here thinking that I needed a six-pack for a minute and get rid of these double Ds. But I got to the point, you know what? I'm not doing that. This is who I am. I can't keep up with society.
Oh, who you are.
Real. And what you're looking at, they spend thousands and hundreds and all their money to look like that. Yeah, they got all the likes. I don't need no damn likes. I'm comfortable with who I am. Because what they don't have, and I had to learn this, is happiness.
Yes.
Okay. And
that's why they're doing all that. They're doing all of that to cover up for what they're missing.
And it's so
just working on themselves.
That we've got to that in the world where we have social media and we have these things to where it's bringing everybody up to make them feel good, but at the same time, it's tearing so many others who don't know how to play the game down, because that's what it is, a game. They don't even own them shoes. They're taking pictures of them shoes while they in the damn store trying them on. Like, it's just a game that's mentally tearing people apart. I'm at a therapist's house right now, honey, so I know all about therapy. I'm afraid of therapy. I'm going to give her a shout-out, Mocha Therapy. She's my cousin. She runs an amazing African-American, literally for African-American people who need therapy. She specializes in African-American and other, because that's who she is what she knows, and that's her focus. I'm like, I want to become a self-image therapist, like, because I've been doing it for so long. It's so important for us to have it.
You should do it.
It really is.
But I can't go to school. I didn't even graduate, honey. I got time to be sitting in those, and they got to be in school. She studied for a long time to get that degree, and I appreciate it. I'm happy to be even around people like that. I wish I could turn this computer around. She has every award in America, but it's just amazing. You know, I learned from her and my other family members, like, how hair touches women, and it touches me. That's why I'm so all about it. And I'm not only going to be about it that way. I'm not here to buffoon about it. So if it takes me 10 years to get to where I need to be, it's just going to be 10 years us in the making on YouTube talking to each other.
Let me tell you, Dr. Boogie, you know, just the case in point with this hair thing, there was a student who, I forgot the sport he was in, but literally to finish that game, they cut off the locks. Do you remember that story? They cut off this kid's locks. I think it was wrestling. I can't remember exactly sure, but they cut off this kid's locks in order for him to, like, they wasn't going to allow him to do the next match or something like that. They literally cut off this kid's locks. Do you remember that story, Sin?
I do.
Yeah.
I think it was wrestling.
It was wrestling. They literally cut off this kid's locks, and it was just crazy. But there's so many stories like that, and it's heartbreaking and it's heart-wrenching how our hair is. Oh, somebody said, Canilla said basketball, how our hair is not understood. And because it's not understood, we are forced in some arenas, in some settings, to do something different to our hair because they don't get our hair. And they connect all of this, I'm going to say, like, negative energy to our hair.
Right. No, totally.
You know,
There's manuscripts at airlines of what your hair is supposed to look like, and due to a lot of them is African Americans. And what your hair is supposed to look like. And the bottom line is, it's not supposed to be easy, natural, or none of the wild look. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes,
and you know, Disney has a rule like that.
Yeah, they have books.
Like they can't wear their hair in an afro or anything. It has to.
I don't even think at one point you could wear dreads to certain corporate jobs like that. You know what I mean? So it is, and that's and again, that's why I say that's when therapy comes in, because you ruin people. You literally ruin their emotional state, their well-being, who they are, who they want to be. But we live in a free country. You tell me that, I can be who I want to be. You know, be who you want to be. But at the same time, now I can't get a job because I want to be who I want to be.
Or who they thought they were up until
black for y'all. Like what I'm gonna say to you, what is the reason why I can't wear my hair like this? Who made that rule?
Exactly.
Who?
Exactly.
I don't want to say it, but I'm sure we all know who, you know what I mean? So it's like, let me be
what
free.
is so horrific and crazy about it? The swimmers, the Olympic swimmers went through something because they asked for special swimming caps to contain their hair, and they didn't want to give it to them. Michelle Obama recently came out and said she didn't wear braids when she was in the White House because she didn't think that people was going to be ready for it. It's like, you're right. You need therapy because we can't be ourselves. Because if we're ourselves, they judge us and they say crazy stuff about us. And it's like, what do you do?
People have no idea how that hurts. Depending on your age range, coming from how close you were to the cotton field to where we are now, you really hurt people.
Yeah.
This is who we are. This is where we came from. This is not even who like we're separate from them. This is just who I am as a person. Can you please accept me?
Right.
That's just all we're asking for.
Yeah. And even letting your hair go gray.
Yes.
Like that's it recently became okay and like a whole phenomenon. Even young people was dyeing their hair gray. But before that, it was this big thing like, oh my God, don't you dare let your hair be gray, right?
Like Monique, when Monique kind of like came to herself and she started doing her own little YouTube thing, Monique the comedian.
Yes,
You saw her with gray hair, up in that ponytail. A lot of people were like, ooh, girl, you need to cut. No, she does not. That's who she is. That's who she wants to be. Why can't we just accept her like that? Why does she got to put the color in her hair in order for us to accept her and love her for her talent? Not
right.
But Diva, my mom has the same. Her hair is beautiful. It's the same color as yours. I feel like it's like a crown on her. Like it makes her grow, and it shows the wisdom. And I just think it's so pretty and soft. She doesn't have any chemicals in it. She just gets it like blown out a little bit, and she doesn't even use rollers. She just twists it up in little pin curls and everything. So embrace your gray, Diva. That's one of the things I love about you.
Embrace your gray.
Listen, I'm in love with it now. It's like it's my natural highlights. It's my hair, right? It's my natural highlights. It's my hair. It's me. But I do use shimmering lights, and I'm definitely learning what products work well for my hair. That's why I'm super excited about starting on your system, and I'm going to keep everybody updated. Yes.
You're gonna be hooked like crack.
You're
gonna be like, ooh, I need the tingle. You're gonna go use another product and be like, wait a minute, I don't feel it. Where's the tingle? Okay, this ain't working. Where's my product? Where's my Boogie product?
Tingle.
And I'm super. Oh wait, Bernice said an anchor in Canada lost her job for letting her hair go gray. Wow. Wow.
So it's just another level of suppression. They can't get us on the color anymore. So now they're going towards our look.
Well, yeah, that, and can I tell you, I want to say it was Judge Maybelline. I watched a lot of judge shows. I want to say that they struggled with her and her hair. Because they couldn't find someone to come on set or whatever to do her hair, they forced her to wear wigs until finally she said, I don't want to wear them anymore. But they didn't. They wanted.
That was one of my first jobs. I worked for Judge Maybelline. I did a couple of her shows. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Were you responsible for that look?
Well, no, this was in the beginning when she first came out. But what people have to understand, and so I have to combat against that and what you said a little bit for the news anchor. Now you're talking about somebody who I wouldn't say has the right to, but you signed up for a job to where they control what the image that they want to put out for their corporation looks like. So now, as being again in this business that I'm in, I understand that. So that probably means this job is not for you if you want to fight to wear your grays on there. Well, this corporation is not the look that they're going for to deliver the information that they want.
Right.
So that's business, that's corporate. That's a little bit different because now it's like hiring an actor for a part. We're hiring a teenager. We're not hiring a teenager that has a full gray head. We need this actor to look like this. This is what the character is. So in that department, I kind of understand because now you're getting into a visual presence of work dealing with people. So then they may have the right to kind of know what they want their viewers to see. That makes sense because it's all about demographics and that. So I understand when it gets in that field because I'm in that field to a girl comes in and what she looks like. I listen to what the network tells me what they want her to look like, not what she wants. But unfortunately, they hired me, they hired you, and they're paying for this entire $1 million production. So they know what they want to deliver. They know what they want it to look like. People have spent time and casting. They know what they want. It's kind of like that moment when Viola Davis went to the awards and she said, forget it. I ain't wearing no straight hair. When she went to go get her Oscar or whatever that was, she went kinky, natural, and everybody was like, ah!
They act like it's the worst thing since sliced bread. Like, come on.
So it's different levels of, how we should look. So different arenas that people probably shouldn't get in, news anchor being one of them, because yes, your image is completely controlled by millions of not at that point, it becomes not just about you. You signed up for something that's kind of involving a lot of people. So
I know, you know what? I agree with you because as a nurse in the hospital, they said, one, you couldn't wear nails, like artificial nails. And even if your nails were natural, when you put your hand up like this, you can't see your nails. Or if you did, it was too long, right? And so also you couldn't have your hair down. Your hair could be however long it is, but you couldn't have your hair down, like if it was a certain length. Because again, it's the hospital, it's health, it's it's cleanliness, it's all of that. So like you said, I do get how when you work for certain organizations, these are the rules, and it has nothing to do with anything else. It has everything to do with these are the rules. So you do have to be mindful if you want to be ultra creative. Well, then you can't pick a job that requires something different.
Go into a field.
Remember, remember Wendy Williams? She used to say that all the time in the purple chair. Like she chose not to be a news anchor because she still like to go out to the club. Okay, that's why she chose gossiping and radio and stuff like that, because she wanted to live her lifestyle the way she wanted.
So you can't. So it kind of gets tricky. It's a thin line. So of course, you work for the airlines; they want to have a certain look. You work for the prison; no, they don't want your hair down because a guard's somebody's gonna snatch it and pull you through the bars. So there's reasons for certain things. You know what I mean? So I get it. Like again, it's a thin line, but still, there's a very happy medium. We're very free these days, and you gotta be comfortable in your skin.
That's that. You know what? You hitting the nail on the head. Whatever you do with your hair, everybody. You got to be comfortable. Not your mother, not your father, not your husband, not your friends. You need to look in the mirror and feel comfortable yourself. And then you're going to be able to set yourself free and truly live your best life.
Because that confidence of you being comfortable with who you are and what you look like in the mirror, now that's some serious shit. That's some power. Can't nobody when you become comfortable with who you are and looking in that mirror and happy with yourself, that's more power than that's
you can't buy that. You can't buy that. That's your superpower.
That's comfortable. Now the world better look out because you're comfortable now.
Yes. So, Dr. Boogie, I want to close this out. Yes, Candace, come on, set yourself free. If Dr. Boogie didn't tell you nothing
I'm gonna do
else.
This girdle when we get off this call. I'm gonna take this girdle off and this vest and hat. And I'm going back to my farm, honey.
Look what I got for you. Highly medicated.
Yes, exactly. I live on a farm. People be amazed. I have chickens and goats and horses and things like that. Yeah, I live a complete farm boy life. I grow my own vegetables, that whole shebang.
I love
it. And you know what, Dr. Boogie, too, your skin is glowing. You have beautiful skin.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You do. You have beautiful skin. So, Dr. Boogie, we're going to close this thing out. Cindy, you are a winner, and I love it. I'm so excited for you. Yes. Okay. So Dr. Boogie, as we close this out, first of all, I want to say super thanks for coming through. I really enjoyed you. This was the best Sunday ever. You got to come back again as you go. You have your different projects, and definitely when your movie comes out, because we're going to support. We love having you, and thank you again for making products for our hair that's not going to damage our bodies, and have all of these things in it that's going to be damaging to us. So you give us our final words. Oh wait, somebody just bought their bundle. Thank you, Carol. Okay. We love it, Carol.
Thank you. You're gonna enjoy it. Trust me. If you don't, just call me. If you don't know how to use something, I'm very, very available. I'm not one of those that are like, oh, I'm untouchable, I'm reachable. If I have the moment, I'll take the moment.
Okay, I love it. So, Carol, thank you for
Sounds
that.
good.
Listen, Carol, you're gonna join us here. We're doing this thing. Okay. So Dr. Boogie, you close us out.
Love yourself first before you could think about even trying to love anybody else. And once you learn to love yourself and who you are and what you look like, the power becomes a whole nother level of energy that you probably would beat yourself because you didn't do it any sooner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you touching my soul. Oh my God. Yes.
Just
yes,
love yourself. Be happy with who you are. Be happy with what you were given. You're not nobody else. You don't need to be anybody else. Be happy with who you are. Everything might not be great right now, or just have faith and just love yourself through the whole process. As long as you continue
to love
church,
Dr. Boogie. Take us to
everything.
church.
I know I'm gonna become a pastor. I think as long as you become to love yourself, it's weird. Everything else will fall in place.
It's not
as much as you may think that you love so many other things and so many other people. When you learn to love self, which is this whole self-love, take care of self, think about self. I mean, we're so bad out here to where, I mean, I was this person. I would eat a Lunchable, but I would make sure that somebody else was eating steak and lobster. I learned to switch that around and make sure that I'm eating steak and lobster. And if somebody else wants to join the party, yeah, you're welcome to have a Lunchable. You're also welcome to this steak and lobster, but I have to make sure that self is loved first.
Yeah.
It was a wrap, honey.
Listen, guys, if y'all didn't hear nothing, y'all heard a lot right there.
Self-love, black love, stay together.
Stay together.
Come on,
love, period. You know, I'm not gonna even jump off on the self-love, black people lives matter, because now that's a whole nother conversation. We killing each other, but so I just whoever, whatever, whyever. And when you start loving yourself, no matter what color the next person is or who the next person is, you're in love with yourself. So what they got going on don't even matter. You don't even look at that. It just becomes now love of humans.
Yes.
When Hurricane Trina came, well, we got Hurricane Katrina. Don't you bark at me, little lady. When Hurricane Katrina came, everybody's ass was locked up in that dome, and they had to feed, eat, share. Color had nothing to do with who you were at that point, because at that point we were all one color, and it's called in need.
Yeah, it's all one race, human race.
The human race. So I get a little confused, and not just because I'm black and white. When people get, I love all nationalities. I can't say I love the blacks. My mama's white as hell. Same thing with, so I have families on both sides, and I'm so grateful for that because I can experience both sides, from the Hicks to the that part. So it's like I get it, and it just probably makes it a little bit easier for me. So that's why I love people. I love my black people, my whites, my Chinese, I just love people. You can turn the lights off, and we can have the greatest conversation in the world.
Isn't that the truth, though?
Yes.
That part right there.
Yeah.
If I
didn't know what none of y'all were, I'm enjoying myself. I still don't know who she is, honey, because that couldn't be her picture, honey, over there hiding. But then in the meantime, she's there. But if we were all on black, it don't matter. We're enjoying each other's conversation, our stories. All the rest of that, I don't even know why. I mean, I know why, but it's just so unnecessary.
It is unnecessary. I totally agree with you. Candace Speaks, I saw your comment there. Reach out to me. Hit me up on my email. I would love to talk about your book that you have coming out. But that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed your Sunday afternoon. I had an amazing time. We were very fortunate. We got all kind of hair tips. And don't hate on me, y'all, when y'all see my big fro, okay? Because it's coming soon. It's coming soon.
You're going to have to back up a little bit because you're going to have...
Are you giving us 50 Cent, Cynthia Daly?
Yes, I love it.
Oh my God, yes.
You guys are too much fun. We could be on this live all day.
We could be over here all day. This was the best time ever. Dr. Boogie will come back through to us, guys. Don't forget, watch the rest of the remaining of the season of My Main Problem. It's a great show, okay? All Black TV, Read TV. Somebody else told us through Amazon Prime. But most of all, get the best hair care system out there, made by somebody, like us. Also made, this is the real more important thing, made by a person that has literally been in heads and have been doing hair for years. That makes a difference. You made something because you know about this something, okay? He knows hair. So you can get a lot of products out there, and it may be, you know, we're not hating on them. It may be a product made through a company or whatever and stick a name on it. This is made by someone that's been in the hair game for 30 plus years. He's doing it with love. Okay.
Preach, Pastor. Hallelujah.
Yes.
No buffoonery. No buffoonery.
I'm getting my kit. I'm getting my kit, Dr. Boogie.
Thank you so much. I gotta give a shout out to my publicist, Makita. I always do. I love my Makita. She took care of you. She arranged this. She made it happen. So shouts out to Makita.
Yes, shout out to her. And she's very sweet, very kind. I love her. Thanks, guys. I'm closing out, or we're gonna be here to Monday. Bye, guys.
Bye. Diva. T, I don't know how to turn this off, honey.